Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Monday, April the 1st, April Fool, and the year is 2024. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. And we're starting a new month, so it's time to remind you to always have risk management in place. Never lose more on any one single trade than you are willing to lose. Otherwise, you might knock yourself right out of the game. So not only is it the weekly open, it's also the monthly open. At the present time, we are 17, 18 pips below the monthly open, 36 off the high and just 4 off the low. So about 40 pips of range. As you can see, we're having another one of those low range days so far. All the weekly open gaps have filled according to the dashboard, and we're 18 pips below the weekly open, which is also the monthly open, which is also the daily open. And we are putting in the opening range for the day, or rather for the week and for the month. So they'll be the same this week. And notice we are about 6 pips below the opening range for the year right now. And we're 116 pips below the yearly open, 288 off the high and 87 off the low. And we're in the lower wick zone of the previous month at the moment. We had an inside bar on Friday. I believe that was Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
And we are about 4 pips below that inside bar low. We are still within the inside bar of last week. And we are inside the inside bar for monthly inside bar 3 months ago. We're about 7-8 pips above that right now, and you can see we had a lot of inside bar action. And for the looking here at the daily chart, once again we can see there's, according to the dashboard, no pairs over 100 pips. Pound clocking in at 40, and it looks like we're just going to have a low range day. We've crisscrossed the weekly open a few times, looks like in the London session, and we've gone through the short zone, what was it, a couple of hours ago, and we're still below it at the moment. So anybody who shorted should be okay. And the range is much too low for rat zone trading. Bambino Flex indicator says to go long. Pivot trading plan, long near the pivot. I think that worked out the first time. Long near S1, and we are right at S1 right now at 126.02. So let's see if price comes back up from S1. We've taken out that daily pivot. We've taken out the weekly. The monthly pivot hasn't been hit. It's sitting at 126, call it 95, 126.95. And the H4 pivots have been taken out all day long. So no H4 pivot trades to be had at the moment. In and out, or actually, yeah, in and out of the upper wick zone, in and out of the lower wick zone, and we are below that lower wick zone right now. Though price is above the, it broken below but crossed above the low of the last one H1 candle. And looking at the ranges here, once again, only 40 pips, and we haven't broken out. And kind of ran out of time on Friday, so I'll go over the range charts for March. 318 pips of range, which over the last 20 years, I believe that is the lowest. We had one in 2014 at 320, so we were actually lower than that. Let's look at the ATR percentages. So in March, we were actually at 79% of ATR, which was the highest all year. Right now, we're sitting at 11% for April. Let's just take a look at that ATR. See what we have here. So for April, the ATR is only 373 so far. And that is that's the lowest over the past 20 years. And 405 in March was the lowest over the past 20 years. So looks like we're setting some new lows here. Let's see. If we take a look here at the percent, so from the yearly open, January we were down 0.27, and in February down 0.76, in March down 0.81, and in April we're now down 0.94. So we haven't closed above the yearly open at the month end all year. So which way do you want to bet on April? And is there anything else we really need to look at here? I don't see anything else that's really earth-shattering, just other statistics.
One of the things that the reason why we're compressed today is because today is the bank holiday for all of Europe. So there's nobody trading in the Eurozone.
Yeah.
It's certainly going to go compress a lot of stuff. And then, just so we know, there is news in 15 minutes, red news for the U.S.
Oh, maybe we'll see some action then.
Yeah, it's ISM, which is not a big mover, but it has moved the market.
Right. So if we take a look at the month here, we're 2 pips above the previous month's low. Now it's oscillating between 2 and 4. Inside that lower wick zone, sellers are a strong control. We want to fade the pivot, so we want to buy. And right now, lower high, higher low, so inside bar. Moving on to the week. We're just barely above the low. Previous bar was inside bar. We've been over that. We're between wick zones on the week. Sellers, once again, strong control. And if we look at the day, we're just 2 pips above the low. Previous bar was inside bar. We're below the lower wick zone of the previous trading day, but we've exceeded the previous range by 6.1 pips, and the sellers are in strong control. So everything's telling us to sell, it looks like, here on the trade reminder. Okay, looking at the simple price action chart, We are dancing around the 126.00, so let's see if we break it or if we bounce off it again. What's it looking like to you trading wise, Walmal?
Well, the one thing that is pretty strange, because it doesn't happen very often, is that we have a doji on the monthly chart for the pound dollar. And that's just a very, very strange thing to occur. And
Oops.
it happens, but not very often. And in the wicks, especially on the top side, is incredibly large. I mean, on the top side, the wick is, let me go and measure it out. It's 277 pips. So that's pretty hefty, which means that the lower side, because as you already noted, monthly, we really haven't been ranging very much for the actual monthly. Certainly not what we have been used to in the past. So yes, there is a wick on the bottom side, but nothing like it is on the top side. And when we see wicks like that it's something that tells you, hey, we went up there, we tried it, but we got slammed. Now, if you look to the months before that, meaning January and in February, they had some pretty serious wicks as well. Monthly chart, if you look at the monthly candles, for the most part, yes, some of them will have some nice big wicks on it, but for the most part, they usually don't. And it's usually evenly distributed, and we don't see any of that from prior month of March, which tells me the market's in a situation right now where it's kind of up in the air, doesn't quite know what it's going to go and do. And I think that's quite evident with the types of daily ranges we've been seeing. Incredibly compressed. I'm looking at the last five previous months, and we got 35, 69, 36, 46, and 61. Now, granted, it was the week before a holiday, but still, even the week before the holiday is not compressed like that, and not on the pound dollar anyway. Normally, compressed.
What ranges were you looking at that you just read off?
The daily range for the last 5 days.
Oh, okay.
So Monday through Friday of last week.
Right.
And it's just not, normally on a compressed week like that, you would expect the lowest range you'd want is like 69 or 70. And that was the highest. And it's like, something's going on, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something going on in the market right now in terms of where money is going. I think there's probably some money coming out of FOREX and going into other instruments, perhaps. Not sure, don't know. But it just there's something going on that we need to keep our eyeballs peeled for and looking, so we don't get hit by a truck. But I think we all need to be sitting here and looking around and see what's going on with FOREX right now, because there is certainly something going on in the FOREX market.
Well, I think all those billionaires are taking their money and building bunkers.
Well, that may be part of it. I think the other thing is we saw that huge jump up in like Bitcoin and the other cryptos, and so that money had to come from somewhere. Right?
Yeah, and I guess they're saying that the Bitcoin production's going to be halved again. It's the halving time, so
right.
They can only make half as many, so that might spike the Bitcoin price. And you know what?
Certainly have.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're out of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, the fastest 15 minutes of trading is just about over, fellow traders. So, I guess, fellow traders, when you're trading, try not to get fooled again on April Fool's Day. And thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys will have a profitable trading day, week, month, and year coming up. And when you are trading, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.